Hi, Deb. You're back. Thanks for coming back. I'm home. Woohoo! Another exciting day at Walmart. I get really uncomfortable shopping at Walmart sometimes. It just makes me. Pick up where we left off. Yes, it feels great to be home. Walmart is just weird, especially this time of night. There's just really creepy people there. Oh. So I'm just going to let a few people get into the room, Deb, and then we'll begin. Krista's going to be here in a minute. To help tomorrow, to help. Where's Alma? Hello, Erica. My birthday is on the 2nd of July. So, Monday? Tuesday. Hi, Morgan. Yeah, Tuesday. And I have a doctor's appointment on my birthday to do blood work for my surgeries. Just gonna let a few more people in, and we'll get started here. Waiting for Christine to come and help me.
I'll be in just a minute. I have to start the dryer.
Yes, here they all come. Welcome aboard. Trish, hello. Trish, Chris Kumar. Uh-oh. Green says, do you believe in God? Of course I believe in God. Do you? D, 2:22 a.m. Where are you at, D? You must be over in New York or something. East Coast? East Coast time? Chris Kumar. Thank you for telling me I'm beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Are you third gender? That's interesting, Minnie. I've never heard it referred to that way. Yes, I am third gender. It's okay, Aaron. I mean, robot new version. Hey, I am Wolverine. Where from you? California, me from. No one's mind is literally. Right. Hey, can anybody tell me what it means when somebody says, are you Spanish or English? What does that mean? Are you supposed to like freeze when somebody says that? Okay, Abdul, I'm going to give you the whole spill here in a second of my opinion on who I am, what I stand for. I want to answer some questions. So it's going to be a little repetitious, but I would like to kind of talk about other things tonight too, just besides that, but I will touch on those. Sir, girl. I always speak English. Okay, so everybody, I am a transgender female. Now, just to clear the record on some things, I'm going to run through my belief systems really fast. For one, I cannot be a female, right? Because I cannot give birth. Therefore, I consider myself a woman, not a female. I am incapable of reproducing, therefore, it is impossible for me to be a female. But I can be a woman and my true self. This is who I am. It is something that has been in me since I was 6 years old. I just embraced it and started to come out about 4 years ago. I am 59 years old. I will be 60 on Tuesday. So, as far as my beliefs go, trans women do not belong in women's sports. Trans women, unless they had a complete and total sex change, do not belong in women's bathrooms or locker rooms. I think that the kids should be left alone. This recent thing that California passed, where they don't have to tell the parents about the kid being trans at school, I think is bullshit. I think you should tell the parents. It's you have to tell the parents. It's their child. It's not your child to raise. It's their child. They deserve to know anything that has to pertain with their kid at school. I don't think that kids under 18 should be allowed to transition. Sorry to all the people out there that are transgender and they're younger and they want to transition early. You can wait till you're 18, make your own decisions. I don't think you should leave that up to your parents. I don't think it's fair to them. Where did I miss anything? Did I miss anything, Debbie? What did I miss? I don't know what else there is. I consider myself a female, or excuse me, I'm sorry, just contradict. A woman. I'm not female. I'm no longer male. I have surgery that is scheduled for next month. I'm not going to tell you the exact date, but it's within a month from now. Thank you for everything you just said and you are saying. I appreciate that a lot. Hanina said, okay, so Debbie says I've said it all the things I'm going to have to repeat. I will be repeating myself throughout this little stream a few times throughout the night because I think as the new people come in, they need to hear it because people think because I'm trans, I think all this crazy shit, and I don't. Now, there's some things that I want to talk about. One of them was that thing that was passed in California through legislation or whatever about that schools do not have to inform parents about their kids being trans in school, and I think that is bullshit. I cannot believe it passed. It should never have passed. You should have to tell the parents. How can you keep something secret like that from the parents about their kids? That is just wrong in so many ways. So many ways. Just, mm, mm. Yeah, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me out. It helps my channel out. It helps me get my word out that, I'm trying to bridge a gap between the transgender people like me, not the crazy ones you see on TV that want to go into women's locker rooms, that want trans women to play in men's sports. That's not me. That's not what I stand for. That's not who I am. The LBGT community probably hates my guts because I'm not going along with what they say. We have we have to follow rules. We have to get acceptance from the community. We cannot expect everybody just to accept us because we tell them to. If you see me in public and you feel the need to say sir, I'm not going to jump your shit. I'm not going to force you to say miss or ma'am. Even though that's what I prefer, obviously, to be called, I'm not going to force you to. I cannot force you to accept me because this is something that I believe I am. You don't have to. It doesn't matter to me. Bogey, oh, thank you for loving my hair. I appreciate that. What do you think about Oklahoma recruiting school and teaching the Bible in all classrooms? Here's a few things I think about school. I think the Pledge of Allegiance should be brought back to schools. There's no reason it was taken out. I think religion, to an extent, should be brought back in because, religion teaches good things. The Ten Commandments basically are good. I don't know if they belong in school, but they don't hurt anybody. You know, Don't covet a neighbor's wife. Don't steal. Don't murder. Those aren't bad things. Those are good things. Why they took them out of school? And I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. That's where you are. It's okay. I don't know why they took that out in the first place. I did it as a kid every day at school. We had to pledge allegiance to the flag. It did. I mean, it made us all united. It made us all like we were part of something. And we went away from that. We went too far away. What is your name? That's all I'm asking. Aaron, my name is Brooke. My name was given to me by my partner. Pledge, 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 pledge. Okay, what's your name? Let's see. You need hormones to get your voice. I know, Steve. Hormones don't fix my voice. I can go to. There's a few ways I can go about it. I hate my voice. I know it sounds extremely male. It gets me away instantly. I mean, it's terrible. It's so terrible. But I was a man for a long time. I'm 59, and I smoked, so I'm fucked. But I can have my vocal cords shaved, or I can go to a speech therapist. I think I'm going to go for the vocal cords being shaved. It will give me a more natural voice, you know, because I really don't like it either. But it is what it is for now. There's nothing I can do. I can sit here and pretend to talk like a girl, but it doesn't sound natural. Balls Deep says, "What up, homie?" 59, fuck, I thought you were younger. Steve says, 59, fuck, I thought you were younger. No, I'm 59. I'll be 60 on Tuesday, July 2nd. I shouldn't say that. Christine gets mad at me if I say personal stuff. No, you don't. You do have a fake voice. No, don't do the fake voice. No, I'm not going to do the fake voice. It doesn't sound right. It sounds weird. Somebody asked, why did I change? Why did I become who I am today? Because when I was 6 years old, I knew that I was different. I hid this for 50 years, 50 something years. I came out when I was 54 because I couldn't contain it anymore. I figured, God damn, I'm going to die pretty soon. If I'm going to do this, I need to do it now. And it just seemed like the right time. So I came out. My family knows. Debbie knows all this. It's kind of weird having to repeat it a lot, but a lot of these people just, they don't know me. They don't even know anything about me. I have two daughters. One of them agrees and accepts me for who I am and is proud of me and thinks I'm very brave for what I'm doing, and the other one does not accept it at all. Won't even let me see my grandchildren if I look like this. If I look like a dude, then she'll let me, but other than that, she won't. My parents, they accept it, but they really don't want to be around it. I mean, they accept me for just for who I am. So it's been a battle. I mean, I lost most of the people that I'm close to because of this. That's how much it means to me. I have never felt better in my life than I feel right now. I've never felt whole. I've never felt beautiful. I've never felt anything like that. I mean, I will not go back. You cannot put the genie back in the bottle. You know. So, man, you're very pretty. Dustin says I'm very pretty. Thank you, Dustin. My nephew is named Dustin. Actually, he does rap music, and I'm trying to get him to let me put as a theme song for here. That my nephew's had a tough life. He was institutionalized for most of his life in a correctional institution. I hope he doesn't mind I say that, but you know he's had a tough life and he's struggling to grip with being on the outside because it's so different. I mean, he was so young when he went in, and he's been in his whole life. He's having a hard time. He's trying to find his niche, and I think his niche is rap music. And he's a pretty scary looking guy too. I mean, it's kind of freaky. I mean, I love him even though I don't know him that well, but I'm hoping he'll give me one of his songs that I can put on here as a theme song. I think it'd be really cool. Twerk? I'm not going to twerk. Shout out, Kong Cutie. Kong Cute. Kong Cute. Simply shout out, maybe Kong Cute. Kong Cute, whatever that means. Usually Chris is reading these for me, but she's taking her sweet fat little time.
I'll be done in 1 second.
You're okay just the way you are. Thank you very much for that, Hannah. This is fascinating. Honestly, I'm all ears. I'm glad you're all ears. I really started doing this just simply for the fact that because I was being misrepresented every time I turn on the TV. Whenever, like during this Pride Month thing, I don't even know that much about Pride Month. I don't know anybody else like me. But they would talk about trans people and then interview a drag queen. And I'm like going, what the fuck are they doing? That's not a... And then I looked online and I found some other trans people my age, and I realized that they don't think like that. They just want to be just a life. They don't want to stand out. They don't want to be noticed. They just want their life. They don't think that, if they're not transitioned all the way, they don't belong in restrooms. So all of a sudden I went, oh my God, it's not just me. There's other people like me. But the public doesn't know that. We think that we're go out there and we say, I demand that you say she. I demand that you let me in the bathroom. No, 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 no. No, that's bullshit. Sorry. I've told other people, I said, it's not me you don't want it in the bathroom. It's a dick you don't want in the girl's bathroom. And it's fair. Come on, I raised two daughters. I know that. Pfft. No, no, sorry. Chris, you want to take over?
Sure.
I don't support, but I will respect you, and I think that's a number I would want my kid. Oh, come on. I will respect you, and I think the number one, and I'm deeply sorry, but they're kids, and I would want my kids open to these things. I want my kids open to these things. I understand what you're saying. That it's Noah Shorts. Noah Shorts. My daughter doesn't either. My daughter doesn't want to expose my grandsons to me, and This is something that's very painful for me. Um, it's something that is we're working on. She came on here maybe last week, and she asked people to not be mean to me. She told people that she loved me, but she doesn't approve of what I'm doing, and we're trying to find our way through it. And hopefully, I pray to God we can find some, because her and I were so close. We were so close, and this has ripped us apart, and it's killing me. It really is. That's the only thing that has ever made me question whether or not I'm doing the right thing, is my relationship with my daughter. And but I have to be true to me, and we're just gonna have to find a way. We're just gonna have to find a way. I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been 3 years that she found out. I could tell you the story how she found out. It was kind of funny how she found out. You want to read something, Chris?
Well, I can't see anything. Should I get my phone?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, you have your phone and that laptop. I didn't know if you wanted me.
You want to look at the laptop?
No, because then you might like it. So I'll
Okay.
just get my phone.
What's up with your eyes? John asked, "What's up with my eyes?" What's wrong with my eyes, John? I don't understand. What's wrong with my eyes? Is that some kind of a slam at me? I don't care. Anyway, however, oh my God, Dad be like, my bad dude. Okay. Chill the hell out. Proud says, I don't know if it's talking to me over there. All of that judge people, the problem is in the world. Yeah, you really shouldn't judge me. I mean, I'm not trying to convince anybody to accept me other than let me be myself. Let me be who I want to be. I'm not going to force myself on you or your kids or anything else. I wouldn't do that. I don't think that's right. I don't do it to my own kid. I'm sure as hell not going to do it to anybody in public. Just take a minute and get to know me as a person before you judge. What are you doing? I'm definitely not trying to slam you, but are you a biological dude? No judgment. Um, I was born male. Okay, here I'm going to tell this story. I say it a lot. Here's what I think. I've talked to neurologists. I've talked to doctors that specialize in this. I've talked to study groups that are studying the cause and effect of transgenderism, what causes it, and I put my 2 cents in. I have a hypothesis on what. Anyway, I'll just tell you. When I was in the womb with my mother in 1963, there's Chris. In 1963, I was in the womb. My mother didn't know any better, and she took birth controls while I was developing in her stomach throughout her whole pregnancy, which is estrogen, if you didn't know that. In 1963, the birth control pills were so much stronger than they are now. So as my brain is developing and stuff, my brain was getting inundated with estrogen every day that she took that pill over and over and over again. And there are critical parts of your brain stages that development that have to do with testosterone or estrogen on how they determine, who you are, what you are about. So therefore, basically, my brain developed as a female, my body developed as a male. I lived as a male for 54 years, even though my brain kept going, that's not who you are. So there's a reason for me why I'm like this, whether it's real or not. Nobody can tell me. They say it makes sense. They believe that it was probably a huge contributor to it, but there's no way of proving it. But that's my theory, and it just makes sense to me. Why else would it be like this? My brain developed different. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was supposed to be happy being a guy, and I wasn't because my brain always thought I was a girl. You want to go ahead and take over, Chris?
I'm doing it from my phone.
Why did she take estrogen? Why did my mom take estrogen while I was pregnant? Somebody asked. She didn't know any better because back in 1963, the doctor probably just told her. I don't blame my mom. Don't get me wrong. I don't blame. I'm not. Oh my God, look what you did to me. Because I'm sure the doctor said, "Oh, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to hurt the child. Go ahead and take the estrogen. Just keep on your routine. It won't hurt nothing." I think. I don't know. She never answered me why. I didn't even know she did this when I told her about me, and she asked me what caused it, and I said, well, some people theorize that it could have been birth control pills when you were young. And I go, but you didn't take birth control, because I didn't even think they had them in 1963. And she goes, actually, I did. I took birth controls throughout the pregnancy. And I was like, what? So that answered a lot of questions for me. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't think she did it intentionally to harm me, obviously. But this is why my brain and my body have disagreed for a very long time. And it also explains some things about me when I was a guy. For one, I was 100 pound and I still had man boobs. Figure that out. You know, I mean, I was skinny as a rail, but I still had these little man boobs. I never grew hair on my body, crotch, armpits, face. I could never grow hair. I was always a very sensitive person. So it all kind of makes sense if you look at it in the whole thing. But back then, there was no transgender, was not even a word. I'd never heard about it until I was in my 50s. And then I looked into it, and it all made sense. And then at that point, the floodgates were open. Brooke came out. Here I am. Love me or hate me, but I'm here to stay. So that's my story.
Okay.
Do you like men or women?
I responded to that.
Did you respond to that?
Yes.
Okay, you want to start reading them, and I'll just ask.
Yes. Trains and Trucks made it back.
Oh, hi, Trains and Trucks.
Trains and Trucks Productions.
I'm glad you made it back. You are becoming somebody that shows up. I hate to say, a fan, because nobody's a fan of me. They tune in because they like to have an interesting discussion. Yeah, I mean, a staple of the conversation. Somebody like that. Elma's one of them. Debbie's one of them. Debbie's always the first one in the room, and I appreciate the hell out of it. I mean, you guys are cool. I mean, you make me feel comfortable, like I'm not completely alone here. And then there's Captain, and I already mentioned Elma, right? There's Matthew. People that help me. Just believe in yourself and stand your ground. Says
Scuba diving.
Scuba diving.
Yeah.
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Scuba, right? Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Pearson wants to know who is Chris.
Who's Chris? Poke your head in here.
I did poke my head in there.
This is Chris.
All the way over here.
Say hi. Hi, Chris. We've been together 10 years. She was together with me before I came out, and she's been with me since. It was tough on her in the beginning. She had decisions to make. She had choices to make, and she chose to stay with me to try to figure this all out, and I'm glad she did. I'd be lost without her, and she's truly a best friend to me, and I'm glad she's here, and we're working out. This is all new to us too. It's only been a few years.
R.D. Piercy says, never doubt yourself and stay strong.
Thank you. Okay.
What Daisy says, English or Spanish?
Somebody told me to always say English, and am I supposed to freeze? English or Spanish? Where's some of the regulars here? So, like I said, there's a lot of new people in here, so if you guys don't mind, if you've been here since, I'm going to kind of go over my spiel here. Transgender females do not belong in women's bathrooms, period. If you have a penis and you're transgender, go home, find a gender-neutral bathroom, or stay out of it. I'm not saying you should go in the men's bathroom either, but just either hold it and go home. You don't belong in a women's bathroom. What if there was a little girl in there, and the dad's waiting on the outside for the first time the little girl was old enough to go in by herself, and there's a transgender female in there? Now, you might not mean any harm or anything, but it's a threat. You can't do it. You got to respect the female's bathroom. You have to. If you have a transition and you went all the way, you got a full-on sex change, then of course you belong in there. But until then, don't go.
Do you and
Stop
Chris
making me
get
look bad.
do you and Chris get on better now than you did in the past?
You'll have to ask her. Asking if me and Christine get along better now than we did in the past. In some ways, I think so. I mean, she's been a large part of my style that I developed. She tells me things that I don't want to hear, or I prefer not to, because she can be brutally honest, and she's helped me develop into the person and the what you see in front of you. She helped kind of mold that, you know.
You are so level-headed, says Andrew. I just wish a lot of people could think like you do. You have a lot of good beliefs.
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. It's common sense to me. You know, like women, trans women do not belong in women's sports. It's not fair. Period. Point blank. How can anybody say that's fair? I mean, I'm 59. I would go against a 20-year-old woman. There's probably some that would kick my ass. But if I was like going to boxing, it's like, come on, really? Or weightlifting? I had 50 something years as testosterone. No way, it's not fair. Stay the fuck out. You're making me look bad. Stop it. Stop making me look bad. I look bad enough already. I don't need no help.
Okay. I was just typing back a message. Someone said something about me.
Debbie zapped somebody. You go, Debbie.
I did that.
Trans and Truck says, always great to come here. Oh, you did that? Good
Yeah.
job, Chris. To hear all the interesting conversations and to see how many nice people there are in this chat. There's, you know what, trains and trucks. It seems like there's more nice people every time we come on than there are rude people. These people are giving me the chance to speak my mind before they judge me, which is kind of cool. I mean, in the beginning, it was so overwhelming. And I've had kind of a tough week. There was two people that talked to me. They seen one of my videos and it touched them enough to tell me that to be strong
Here's
and stuff.
something else.
And I want to thank them. They know who they are, and I thank you very much for your sentiments. And I thank all the return people. And if you subscribe, and most people, they only stay here like 30 seconds and then they leave. They don't even get a chance to, they already judge me and then they leave.
These are all piling up in here.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
People that want something from you will tell you what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
People that love you will tell you what you need to hear,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Chance Glacius.
That's very good, Chance. I mean, that is you're absolutely correct. You are so correct. I mean, a good friend will tell you to your face what most people would say behind your back. I agree with you completely. And I rely on that, especially Chris, because she could lie and say, oh, you look good, and I'd go out and look like a fool. I mean, it's hard enough being who I am. It's like, for example, I went to the store tonight with Christine. I'm walking through one of the aisles, and there was employees at Walmart. And they went out of their way to go, excuse me, sir, hollering it through the store just to embarrass me. I mean, is that necessary? I mean, did I say anything? No, whatever.
Kristen says
you can do whatever you want, but it's just not necessary. I wasn't doing anything to them. So anyway, I'm glad to see some nice people. You deserve them and not rude people. Thank you.
But you're going ahead of me because I'm trying to.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
I've got to read the questions.
Okay.
All of them are. People will get mad if I forget. Honestly, because you're a level-headed individual, I just skipped past the trans person live, and they were nagging their chat and being rude. But you seem cool.
No, see, I hate that. They're representing me. I've seen some trans people online too, and I've even commented to them, please, if you're going to represent the community, have some self-respect. Use some common sense. That's all, just common sense.
Trains and Trucks says, I'm glad to see more nice people. You deserve them and not the rude people.
Somebody asked, what do I think of Joe Biden's debate thing, right? I'm sorry, I just wanted to read that because I like to talk about other things. I thought Joe Biden during the debate with Trump was sad. I was upset at how sad it was. I felt like it was elderly abuse. I do have some questions though for the Democrats. I seen this coming a long time ago. I told Chris that Biden was not going to be the candidate. It was obvious. But my question is, who has been running the government And who's going to run it for the next 5 months? Now that everybody is aware that Biden is incapable of running the government, who's doing it?
Well, now
Who's running it? This is not fair.
Indomitable Human says that he thought it, or they thought it played an excellent mop, and Donald Trump did a masterful job of mopping up the floor with him. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, it was pretty easy. I mean, anybody could. Biden did exactly what I thought he would do. Is he crumbled under the pressure? He can't do it. The
Mary
man,
Dean.
he must have had a stroke or he's on dementia. Something's wrong with him. But the point is, he has the codes to nuclear weapons. He's not in charge. So who is? Who's running the country? That's what I want to know. Not the elected official. That's not. So who's running the fucking country? That's what I
Mary
want to
Dean
know.
says, "Wow, you're gorgeous. You look better than I do, and I was born female. LOL. And you have an amazing attitude and common sense that seems to be slim pickings these days." Mary Dean.
Thank you, Mary Dean. That's sweet. I'm sure you're beautiful, Mary Dean. I mean, I would love to be a we wouldn't be having this conversation if I was a natural born woman. But I am literally weeks away from having the full transformation, if you know what I mean. Um, and then I'll be able to use a woman's bathroom after that. But I can't do it yet because I don't
Mr.
have
Bo
the right
likes your
parts.
poster in the back.
Oh, Mr. Bo likes my poster. That is a design that I had made for me that represents kind of how I feel, which is forever forbidden. It's like I felt like nobody's ever going to accept me for who I am. And when I left the house, because of this live stream that I've been doing, my confidence level has shot way up. I mean, way up. Excuse me, way up. And I go to now I can go into town and I don't feel so bad. I do keep waiting for somebody to come up to me and go, "Hey, I seen you online," but nobody's done it yet.
Wisdo 1 says, "I'm not offended by you in my presence because I'm comfortable and at peace with my life. You are a person and you're chill. If you're happy, I'm happy."
I am happy. I mean, if I hadn't transitioned when I did, I would have been dead because I was looking for a way out. To be honest with you, I was so miserable. I was so depressed. I just hated myself. I'd look in the mirror and this is gender dysphoria. I would look at my private parts and I would just literally, I know this is going to sound terrible, but I would want to cut it off myself because I was just so disgusted with it. And I was married twice. I had children. I tried to live that life. I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't. I have like 15 years left if I'm lucky.
Hi, Mia.
75, 75. If I live to be 75, I'll have 15 years completely as a female. I still have about 2 years left of surgeries. Once that's all done, then I'll have I hope for 10 good years as being a female. I
We're
mean,
getting behind.
go
Trains
ahead.
and Trucks says we need a younger president. Trump and Biden needs to be gone.
What do you think about the replacement for the Democrats? Do you think it's going to be Gavin Newsom? That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be Gavin Newsom all along. People are throwing around Michelle Obama, and God forbid they're throwing around freaking uh, what's his name? Clinton, Hillary again. It was like, you're kidding me, right? How about Oprah? Let's put Oprah in there. I'm just saying. It's probably going to be Gavin. That's what I always thought. I thought it was going to be Gavin Newsom. It seems like he's hanging around there a lot, so it's kind of makes sense that he's just going to slide into the spot. And, I think he's going to give Trump a run for his money.
Hello to Mia. She's new.
Hi, Mia. Welcome aboard. Subscribe. And, oh, that's what I always forget that to tell people. Subscribe and like and whatever, hit notifications or something like that.
Indomitable Human says in response to what you said earlier, "Excellent answer. Thank you for such a genuine one. You made a subscriber out of me."
Awesome. That's great. Thank you very much. And just so people know that this live stream averages around 40,000 people for a 2-hour session. And when I started this, I had 3 subscribers, just 3, and 2 of them were mine and 1 of them were hers. And now we have over 1,000 subscribers.
Mia Acosta says, "To be honest, I don't care what anyone says. You look great and beautiful."
Thank you. Thank you very much. And so my point is, we've had over 400,000 people look at the show, and every time I do this, at least 1 or 2 people come up and say thank you, and a lot of times it's more that they see it in a different light, just, and that's all I'm trying to do is just, if somebody's acting like a jerk though, and they're trans, treat them, Oh shoot, I'm popping out here. Sorry, hold on a minute. Okay.
Roger Smith said, if genitalia does not define your gender identity, then why does bottom surgery consider gender affirming? I'm so
Well, to
confused.
me, okay, let me try to explain it to you. That's a good question. If it doesn't determine your gender, to me it does. It all out determines your gender. I would not feel like a woman if I have a penis. Right now, I'm doing my best to get to that point. But for me to feel whole, I have to have the anatomy to match it. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a female. I can't be female, but I can be a woman the best I can be. So I don't know what anybody else says, but it means to me the world. I would feel like a fraud if I never was pursuing the full transformation. Then honestly, I'd feel like I was just dressing up and playing a game.
And
And
Mia
that's what
said,
I'm doing.
you know what? Good for you. Good job for following your own path. Honestly, you are beautiful and you look like a great person. Don't listen to what everyone says.
What does that one say that Hannah
And
says something?
Debbie says, hit
Thank
the
you very
like.
much. I appreciate that.
Debbie said, hit the like and subscribe button, please.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Debbie.
Yeah. There's a long one right there by Hannah.
I'm just trying to go
Okay,
so that I
I'm
read
just
them all.
saying if you could read that one. I hear not
Oprah
so
would
good
make a
about.
great president, says Trains and Trucks.
No, it says I hear not so good about that surgery. I hear that mostly for aesthetics. Are you worried about complications at all? Sorry. Um, no, I'm not worried about complications. If it's, I mean, I am going to be 60 years old when I have the surgery in a few months or a few weeks. If it's my time and God wants to take me, then by all means take me.
Ashley
If
says, beautiful in black, no need to wear the white gloves.
oh my hands are so big and horrible, and I don't have the nails done, so that's where today. Sorry, I do have still have some. What do you call that? I don't know what you call it. Anyway, as far back to the surgery, yeah, I have some apprehensions that I'm gonna wake up and it's not done. That's kind of my scary part. Am I afraid of going under and having? No, I look forward to it. Believe me, I am more than ready. I have been ready for a very long time. It took me just to get to the point where I'm a month away. Took me what did it take 3 years, Christine?
Yes.
3 years to get to where I'm now. They just don't do it right away. You have to go through counseling. You have to go through multiple doctor's appointments. You have to, I mean, psych things. There's a whole bunch of shit you have to do. You have to be come out for a full year in public. There's a lot of things that you have to jump through to go through the surgery. And like I said, if you're going to hang around for about another 18 months, you're going to see my face will be different. My body will be different. I still have 5 more surgeries that I have to go through, and I'm looking forward to them. Am I scared? Of course. But I think the result at the end is going to be worth it to me personally. And, I know that that's kind of fake, that I'm having to have doctors to make myself look more female. I'm just trying to be my best person that I can be for the last, 10, 15 years of my life. I'm old. In 10 years, I'm going to be 70. In 10 years, I'm going to be 70.
Rock Hounding says, honestly, I believe as long as you're a good person, you're happy, and you're not hurting anyone, more power to you.
I'm not hurting anyone. However, my daughter thinks differently. She thinks I am hurting her. And I'm not doing it intentionally. I don't know. I raised my kids. My kids are 30, 33 and 30 and 41 or 42. They're old. I know I should know my kids' ages, but I don't know their exact age. Like 33 and 41. So they're grown-ups. I don't have to live for them anymore. Now I'm living for me. And I pray to God that Angel, freaking, that she accepts me for who I am. I'm hoping over time it will work. It'll happen. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Okay, Sunny says, you can't be a woman because, think about it, can I wake up and know what it feels like to be you?
Um,
So basically, how can you wake up and know what it feels like to be a
I
woman?
don't. I'm not trying to wake up and feel like every other woman. I'm trying to wake up and look in the mirror and feel like I'm a woman. I'm not female. Okay, don't get it confused. I'm not saying I can be female because I cannot. I cannot reproduce. I don't have periods. I don't have a uterus, so I cannot be female. But I can be a woman. In my mind anyway. If it's not, if nobody, you don't have to accept it, but in my mind, I'm going to look in the mirror, I'm going to see a woman, I'm going to feel beautiful, I'm going to feel strong, and that's all that matters to me.
Sandra James says, I do not have confidence in either of our choices for president. We need fresh people in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
You need to satisfy you. Whatever makes you feel complete. I wish you well.
Yeah, you,
That's from Sandra. Thank you, Sandra James.
thank you, Sandra. Actually, and you're right. I think we need younger blood throughout Congress. I think there should be term limits. I think those guys are in there too long. The Nancy Pelosi's, these people that have been there. I mean, just it's too long. Too many old people. We need some new blood in there. There are young senators and stuff that were voted in, but they can't get in there edgewise. The older people just shut them out. You can't tell me that every Democrat votes exactly the same and every Republican votes exactly the same every time something comes in front of Congress. It's bullshit.
Other
Oh,
subject. Andrew says, I hope your surgery goes well for you. I just hope you live the rest of your life out stress free. You lived
me too.
you lived as a male way too long.
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
represented all trans, you would be accepted, no questions.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's huge.
One of the that is a huge statement that you just made there. Who was that from?
Andrew.
Andrew. The biggest there's the two biggest compliments I've had since I was on here. One said that I should be the representative and speak for trans people. That's a huge compliment to me. And the other one was when a person wrote me a letter saying that they didn't care about trans until it was forced into their face and they got a big hate on for it. But after listening to me, they said they were back to not caring. And that was a huge compliment to me because that's all I want is people just not to care. I just want to fit in. When I can walk in a room and nobody looks up and goes, "Oh shit," then everything's great. Until
Sunny
then,
says that you're depressed. Please just go talk to a therapist. Work your problems out.
Sonny says I'm depressed. I've been going to a therapist for 2.5 years. I speak to him every week, once a week for 2.5 years.
Sunny says Christine is not helping you.
Yes, she is. Oh, you're saying that I look horrible? Well, she's doing the best she can with what she has. Come on. Hmm? You
No,
know,
how am I not helping?
I think he's saying that I don't look good, so you're not helping.
No, maybe saying that because I keep interrupting you to read questions.
Oh, but anyway, the point is, I do go to therapy, and I talk to my therapist every week. Have for the past 2.5 years, and I would be dead, right? I tried to get people to kill me in Northern California where I was at. I would. Okay, I'll tell you a little secret here. The last years that I was a guy, I was so depressed, and I never could take my own life. I think that's a sin. So I tried to set it up to where somebody else would do it for me. And I was in a part of Humboldt County where there was a lot of prostitutes. And I'd invite them into my trailer. I had an old RV just to, a safe place for them to go. And once I befriended them, then I would get their pimps, on the phone, and I'd call them out. I'd say, let's go, meet me in the parking lot. I'll kick all your asses. Bring your friends. But they never showed up. They thought I was crazy. But I wanted them to do the job for me. It just never happened. In Redding, California, it almost happened. I actually got ran out of town by a person who put a hit out on me from a drug. The people I hung around with were drug addicts, drug dealers. The biggest drug dealer in Northern California was my girlfriend's friend, and they all came after me. They almost completed the job. And at the time, I don't know why I ran. I should have stayed and let them do it. But I knew there was more for me. So that gives you a little idea of where I was at and where I am now. Now I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to live my life. I want to be, it's a big difference. So I'm
Sunny,
not depressed now, but I was then, if you can understand that. So,
how
sorry, long answer.
Sunny
Sorry.
says Christine is delusional. How am I delusional? I didn't give any of my opinions.
How is Christine wants to know how she's delusional.
I haven't given any opinions, and I'm not delusional
So,
anymore.
okay, looks like we're into a whole new group of people, basically. So let me give you my spiel so that people know what we're dealing with here. I'll try to do it fast. I know I should give a better explanation like I did to other people in the beginning, but one, trans women do not belong in women's sports. They don't belong in their locker rooms. They don't belong in their bathrooms, okay? Period. Point blank. Two, children under the age of 18 should not be allowed to transition. Period. Wait till you're 18. Don't be a little brat. Don't put that on your parents and make them make those tough decisions. It's ridiculous. Three, You cannot ever convince me that a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old knows that they're transgender. They don't know what they fucking want for lunch, let alone what sex they are. They probably see the boys getting away with shit, so they go, I want to be a boy too, because they get to have more fun than we do. It's ridiculous, people. And if you surgically alter a child of that age, you should go to jail. Period. Period. Schools should tell parents if their kids are identifying as transgender in school, they should not hold that information from parents. What else did I forget?
Debbie wants to let everyone know, please be respectful in this chat. Otherwise, you know where the door is.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah,
That's right.
this is an adult conversation. We're trying. I appreciate adult questions. I will answer just about any question that you can ask that will, allow you to pick my brain and where I'm coming at. I'm not a whack tard. I'm not trying to force you to accept me for anything else. I just want you to at least take the minute. Just take a minute and get to know me a little bit, and then make your judgment. Don't judge until you get to know me just a little bit. My ideas and my beliefs are probably very, very similar to yours. It's just I'm trans. I can't help that. I can't change it, and I'm not forcing it down your throat. I think I'm sick and tired of the trans and LGBT community telling people that they have to accept this, that they have to call us girls, that they have to say ma'am. This pronoun bullshit is not what I'm about. You can call me whatever you want. It's what I feel inside that matters to me. I'm just trying to tell people I'm a normal person. Don't fuck with the kids, man. Leave the kids alone. Jesus Christ, that's common sense. Nobody can tell me that a 7-year-old knows what fucking gender they are. For Christ's sakes, I was 50 something before I decided to trans. A 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, you just don't know. And if you're young and you're hating me for what I'm saying because you're transgender or you believe you are, wait, wait. So many people thought they were trans, and by the time they were 17, they realized that it was just a phase and they detransitioned before it was too late.
Alex
Wait till
says,
you're 18.
Alex says, chill out, guys. You're taking it too far.
Taking what too far? Are people saying bad shit?
Yes, some isn't, some isn't. I'm trying to read them, but you keep.
I'm sorry. I have to give an explanation that is worthy of giving anyway. Because there's people that are constant. People only stay about 30 seconds in this room, so I have to keep repeating myself of my beliefs that you don't have to believe me. You don't have to call me ma'am. You can call me sir in public, and I'm not going to get mad at you. you know, it's your choice. Would I prefer to be called Mr. Ma'am? Of course I would, but do what makes you feel comfortable. What I find ridiculous is people that have to make a point to come over to me and go, sir, excuse me, sir. That it's just not necessary. I'm not forcing myself down your throat. Don't purposely try to embarrass me in public. It's hard enough. But real fast, no trans women in women's sports. I know, sweetheart, but new people coming in all times. You don't understand. Okay, I'll stop. Read the next question.
I'm typing something to someone real quick.
Hannah keeps saying the same thing. Or did mine stop here? I think I froze it. No, there we go.
Well, I think you look very good, and until people understand it's you that has to live the choices you make, not them, says Kathy.
Mm-hmm. I do. And a lot of people come on here and say that, God's going to hate me for this or whatever. And my response to that is, I think God is going to look at my heart, not in my pants, okay? That's just me. That's just what I think. I don't think God cares what's in my pants. He cares what's in my heart. Am I kind? Did I have compassion? Did I have empathy for people? That's what I think God's going to say.
Hi, I love seeing your streams pop up. I'm back and so excited to be here.
Who is it?
Justin for life.
Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. You mean the world to me when you come back. And the subscribers and stuff, it blows my mind that so many people have taken the time to at least listen to my message and to hear what I have to say. And to let me explain that we're not all fucking crazy. Trans people are not all wanting you guys to change your whole lives to suit us.
Digger Dan wants to know, please answer me this. Okay. What's a woman?
Okay, Digger Dan wants to know what a woman is. Okay, to me, in my mind, this is my opinion only. It probably doesn't fly with my community and the people that claim it as a community. I cannot, let me make it perfectly clear. I cannot be a female. In my mind, females can reproduce. They have uteruses. I don't have one of those. I can never have one of them. You can all the surgeries in the world is not going to make me female. However, I believe that I am a woman. Okay, that I represent myself as a woman, not a female. Or natural born females. I don't even like using the word cis. It sounds like a pimple. Natural born females, they can do the amazing stuff of reproducing. I cannot. Therefore, I'm not going to try to take anything from them claiming that I am the same as them, because I'm not. I can't be. But I can be a woman. That's all. Okay? That's what I think about it. So,
Okay. Um, Sunny says this isn't about politics. It's about you. You don't like yourself. You're hurt. You got to talk to someone who isn't afraid to hurt your feelings. And
believe
sorry,
me.
Christine. I'm sorry I'm wrong.
Okay, if you knew my daughter, you would know that she is somebody who does not spare my feelings when she says what she says. She's a very forward, very blunt person. And believe me, I've had my feelings hurt. Lots of people have told me, if you don't believe me, stick around for 5 minutes and read the chat. Okay?
Alex says you seem like a good person and I can see pain in your eyes. I'm
Hmm.
sorry I made bad jokes. I don't understand you, but I hope you will be okay.
Thank you. God, that's wonderful. That's all I ask. I mean, I do have pain in my eyes because I have pain in my heart. It's not because of me transitioning to be a female. I have pain in my heart because people that I love have removed themselves from my life because of this.
Liz is sending love from New York.
Thank you, Liz, from New York. I love New York. I've only been there once. I went there in 2003, right after all the crap hit the fan, on my way to Canada. I left for 3 years to Canada.
Caitlyn Jenner look-alike.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I think I look. I mean, I think Caitlyn. She wasn't that great looking in the beginning, but I think she's coming around. I don't know if it was surgery or whatever. That's just my opinion, but I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what she feels about herself.
Liz says you have very pretty makeup.
Thank you. I went through a lot of YouTube videos to learn how to put makeup on.
How old are you?
Somebody asked how old I'm
Yes,
59. I will be 60 in
3 days.
3 days. 60 in 3 days. July 2nd.
Sunny says anyway, much love, good luck, goodbye.
Thank you, Sonny. Bye. Please come back and let's talk about something other than just me being trans. I would love to do that. You know?
Chris
Mhm.
Chris P. Cracker says just earned my respect.
Great, Chris. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Just, I'm hoping that people will tell other people, like the next time they see a trans in public, as long as they're not like forcing you, you're going to call me a woman, but that's bullshit. Just go away. I would be the first person to get in their face and say, no, nobody has to call you anything that they feel uncomfortable doing. I would defend that. I mean, I know that my community, the trans, I don't even know if I guess I'm part of the community. I don't agree with a lot of what they do. I think that transgender people, we have to earn our way. Gay people had to earn the respect of people for years. Trans people just think that they're okay. I'm trans now. I'm going to jump in there and everybody's got to treat me the way I want to be treated. Call me what I want to be called. That's bullshit. Earn your place in society. We have to earn our place. We have to show everybody we're not nuts. And thinking that trans women belong in sports is proving us nuts. Stop it.
Mary says you're so down to earth. I wish my sister would have gotten to meet you or at least listen to you.
Where's your sister?
Mary Dean.
Mary Dean, what happened to your sister? She's not around anymore?
She is. She asked the question. I'm trying to get through them quickly so that we don't get way far
No, she
behind.
said she wish I could have talked to her sister.
Yes.
Um,
Maybe her sister had questions or problems with.
Yeah. I mean, please recommend the show to anybody who absolutely hates me for what I stand for, and hopefully I can show them that I'm not a whack-tard. I mean, I'm really not.
Jenna thinks you're beautiful.
Thank you, Jenna. That's sweet.
Maddie Freedom says the problem is they call it hate when it's just disagreement in the vast majority of cases.
Mary said her sister's not around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
See, you're way up there, I guess.
No, I just find one. I wanted to know the answer to that question. Um, do you see Joyce? Will you read Joyce when she rolls by your screen?
Okay.
It's a kind of a long one there, but you can read that, and I'll read something else. People have to earn everything. Labeling yourself only pigeonholes you and ideology. Yeah, I didn't label my. All I'm saying is I want to be a woman. I can't be female. I want to be the best woman that I can be. I want to represent myself with respect. Not everybody else, just me. I just want to represent myself with respect. Tell people that I'm not crazy. I believe them. I think it's ridiculous what the LBGT community is trying to force down people's throats. You can't do that to people. You cannot say that they have to believe that I'm female because it's stupid.
And yes, Newman, those are real. It is a real rack right there.
Oh, somebody asked that.
Uh huh.
Joyce, hi, and new to your channel. I appreciate the honesty and truth from you. I hate that people will do things to a child to make them believe that they're. Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, I heard this thing in school that's happening in school, which it infuriated me. They said they're taking this page and they're giving it to these kids, these little kids in grammar school, and it's got like at one end it says male and the other end it says female, and they're asking kids, where do you fall? How much? And they're like trying to influence them to be opposite than the gender they are. It's like, what are you doing? They're children. They're very impressionable. Leave them alone. They have no idea. They don't even know. The only thing they care about is just Barney on TV when they get home. What the fuck are you doing to kids? What are you, stupid?
Unfazed says, I want you to know I'm a Christian and we may have our differences, but thank you for having a reasonable opinion on everything. I will never hate on your beliefs and I appreciate your perspective.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, I mean, what they're doing to kids is criminal. I think a lot of these people should go to jail, to be honest with you. And I have a daughter who's a school teacher. My oldest daughter is a school teacher. And she might not agree with everything I'm saying, but I have to speak my truth. And she respects that these are my opinions. She might
Liz,
not agree with everything, but she respects it.
Liz says you two are adorable together. Live and support make all the difference.
Chris
And
is,
Maddie says you seem like one of the more rational trans people I've seen. No hate here.
I wish they were all just common sense. Just common fucking sense. Leave the children alone. They don't know what they want. You can never convince me that a child at that young age knows what gender they are. They don't even know what gender is. For God's sakes, we didn't even learn about sex ed till we were in high school when I was young. What the fuck are you doing with kids? You're convincing them something. You're asking a doctor to give puberty blockers to a child that doesn't even know what they are. God.
RD Piercy's going to bed. I look forward to watching your next stream.
Good, going to bed.
Yes.
Good night. Thank you for showing up. Please subscribe. I appreciate it. Come back for the next one. And I do want to get to a point where we can talk about something other than trans, but I think this is a very, very important topic that people know and they see that not all trans people are fucking wanting kids to be mutilated. No way. I have grandsons that are just little kids. There's no, if anybody tried to convince them that they were trans, I would never do that. And I'm trans. I would never force it. If my grandsons, they know that the importance of a strong man is invaluable to our community. Embrace your manliness. It's just not who I am, but I don't want them to follow me just because, oh, grandpa's that way, I'm going to be that way. No, no, they're going to be who they are. I'm going to encourage them to be strong young men and grow up and be strong men, not trans people. If you're trans, you know it. It's like, ugh. Common sense, people. Leave the kids alone. Let them find their own way. They'll know. They'll know when they get older what they are. Until then, they don't know.
Alex says, I don't understand the transition stuff or how you feel, but I respect your views on not shoving it down people's throats and being respectful about it.
Absolutely, I can't. If I'm going to sit there and go into public and demand that everybody, say I'm a woman, that I'm a female, and you better say it or this, that's ridiculous. I'm going to get my ass whooped.
Wally
No.
Pizza says, damn, you're spitting facts. I like you.
Thank you, Wally.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Wally. I appreciate it. I'm just spinning the truth here. This is just shit that need to be said. The reason I'm doing this is because of what I'm hearing on the TV and stuff. And here I am. I'm transgender, and these people are representing me. I'm like going, no fucking way, because it's like people hate me for what they hear, and they don't even know me. They have never even listened to my words. So I just needed to put it out there that we don't all believe that. We do not. I mean, leave the kid. I got 3 grandsons. You think I want them to be transgender? This shit is hard. I pray to God they're not transgender. Let them live a normal life. This is not a normal life. This is a very hard life, a very confusing life for a lot of people. But it is my reality, and I'm embracing it. I don't encourage it. I pray to God my grandkids are not transgender. I used to pray that my daughter was lesbian, though. I'll admit that, because I always thought guys were kind of rude. But anyway, she's not.
I7 says,
Can't marry
please
her.
support. I'm transgender, people. And I7 also says love you.
I7, love you too, man. More power to you. Can I ask you, I7, how old are you?
And what did you say, man?
What do you mean?
You said I love you too, man.
I say that to everyone. I say it to
Oh,
you.
okay, man.
I mean, it's just, I didn't mean that you're a man. You are transgender. You are who you think you are. You, if you're gonna ask me if you're a female, you can't be. Sorry, that's my opinion. You can be a woman. You can be beautiful. You can't be female. I appreciate you. I support you. I appreciate you coming in. I'm just curious how old you are. That's all. I7. I would like to know how old you are.
Oh, gee, you must not have gotten to bed quite yet. You look better than Caitlin.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sports Boy says hi, 1957. Is that when you were born, Sports Boy? Because I was born in 1964. That'd make you older than me. This is scary, Quiz says. Quiz Kurt. I'm sorry that you feel that way. You obviously just came here, and if there's a question, Quiz Kurt, that you would like to ask me, I'd be more than happy to answer it for you. And then maybe it wouldn't be so scary for you.
Wally says, I respect you. I don't agree, but you're worthy of respect.
That's all I ask for. And thank you. Thank you very much. And hi, Donald. Thank you for your
Pamela
compliment.
wants to ask, may I ask what you have in your neck?
What I have on my neck?
In your neck.
In my neck? What do you mean?
It might be your necklaces.
Well, these are chokers. I'm trying to bring back chokers. I'm a kid from the 80s, so I'm trying to bring back chokers, and this is a necklace that was given to me. I know it looks like it's backwards, this pearl necklace, but it has a little B right there. My name's Brooke, so that's why I wear it. I know my style's a little bit old-fashioned and kind of 80-ish, but that's when I grew up. I'm actually technically a baby boomer child because I was born in July, just at the end of everything. Gen X is like 2 weeks away as all the Gen X people when it started. So I'm right at the end of boomer, right at the beginning of X.
May I ask what the pink is on your neck?
It's a choker. It's a choker, see? So is the silver one, the chokers.
What's your favorite band?
My favorite singer is Rod Stewart. My favorite band is the Eagles. I like Eminem too. I like a lot of the older rap.
Matthew Carlin says, what a breath of fresh air compared to every other trans out there. I can't believe what I'm actually hearing for once from someone who's different than some of us might be.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It makes me sad that other trans people aren't at least common sense. Nobody is ever going to convince me that if you have a penis, you belong in a woman's bathroom. If you have a penis, you belong in women's sports. Even if you don't, stay out of women's sports. Here's the thing: transgender people, fight for your own category. Get an open category. Get a trans category because they're never going to let you in the Olympics competing as a woman if you were born a biological male. It's not going to happen, and they shouldn't. So find your own category. I mean, if they can let skateboarding into the Olympics, they'll find a new category for trans people. That'd be cool. There won't be very many of them, so you'll be like the superstar. I mean, I'm not good. I'm too old. But stop. We stop screwing it up for some girls that have spent their whole lives trying to get to where they are in sports and have some transgender female come in and blow them out of the waters because they're biologically male. It's not right.
Tamika Allen says about the kids in school, yes, they told my 9-year-old to wear a pride shirt to support, and he said no, and they made him wear a pink shirt.
Where at?
I guess in school they told
See,
her 9-year-old to wear
it's like,
pride
thank
shirt.
you, LBG community. What you did there is you made a kid absolutely fucking hate me because you forced this kid to do something that he didn't want to do. So now that kid hates me because of them making him do that. Leave him alone. If he doesn't want to support it, you shouldn't force him to. It's ridiculous. You're promoting hate. They think they're trying to make everybody say, oh, we're going to make them all, accept it. No, you just made somebody really dislike trans people from forcing him to wear a shirt and a color and a support that he didn't want to do. And that's not fair. That is not fair. Stop forcing it down people's fucking throats.
And
I'm the one who has to pay the price for that.
it's not an Adam's apple retention device, Hugh.
No.
It's just a necklace.
Look, I'll move it. There is no Adam's apple. I don't have that. I'm telling you. My body developed more as a girl than a guy. Mom, estrogen, took birth control pills throughout her pregnancy with me. Therefore, brain woman, body man. I'm making the body match the head.
Matthew says, this person is awesome. This would be a first for me, and also for the first time ever, I may very well subscribe to a transgender channel.
Thank you.
No disrespect intended on my comment. You're a diamond in the rough.
Thank you. Wow, that's a great compliment. I'm going to start taking certain things people say to me, and I'm going to start putting them on in like in a frame and putting them up because those are the things that mean the most to me. They make me get on here and take the abuse from so many people that are ripping on me because a few people like that, you know. And if you were to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. I hope to not always have this be the forum that I talk about. I'd love to talk about politics or aliens and shit. That is fascinating. Did you see the new Doctor? What's that guy's name? Doctor, the guy who always goes, "I am a
Yes, I forgot.
emergency doctor
I
room."
forgot.
Oh God, what's his name?
I
I just
forgot.
listened to him today, but it's fascinating shit. I mean, are there aliens? I believe that there's freaking aliens are real. Whoa!
Uber doesn't know how to eat,
I was
says.
never raised around what?
I think there are people in society that need to hear this side of it.
I agree.
You are who you are, and you should not judge others, but don't force your beliefs onto
Mm-hmm,
others.
mm-hmm. That's why I'm doing this because I believe that there's people that need to hear a different side to what they're hearing on the news, what they're seeing. Because I believe that the majority of trans people have the same beliefs that I do. I think it's a small number of loud, obnoxious assholes that are trying to make everybody conform to their beliefs that are representing me, and people in public dislike me because of that.
Okay.
And I don't get it. What?
No, okay, I see.
I mean, I hope I'm judging them for their beliefs, but they're trying to force it down people's throats, and that's not fair.
Well, Chris Kirk says, people are scared of you. I don't know what you're going to do.
Why are people afraid of me?
Scared of you?
Why
That's
would
what the
people be
comment
scared
was.
of me? I'm not scary. Maybe the community is afraid of me because I'm fighting against a lot of the stuff that they're fighting for.
Coco B says, thanks for your reasonable discussion.
You're welcome, Coco Bee. You know, I would like to talk about other things too. However, this is people only stay here in this room for about 30 seconds. That's the average time. And I try to, so I repeat myself a lot. And I know it gets repugnant and repetitive, especially for people like Debbie or Elma or Matthew or Trans and Trucks that have heard
Trains.
this. Trans and Trucks, sorry. Trans and Trucks, my bad. Trains and Trucks. And I apologize for them having to hear it over and over again. I would like to have conversations about something else. I just think it's a real important message to put out there.
Goober says, wow, she hit it on the head. You're not shoving it down others' throats.
Mm-mm.
Being down to earth will go a long way for our generations into the future.
Absolutely. I mean, and this is such a critical time right now. Our country is so close to World War III. I mean, my God, it's so scary right now. The next generation, we are $33 trillion in debt. What are we doing to our kids? The future of them, they're going to have to dig us out of this. They're going to look back on my generation and say, well, what the fuck was wrong with those people? Making kids do shit that they don't want to do. I mean, ruining our country. Oh my God, I am so terrified of what my grandkids are going to have to fix that we're fucking up. You know, and it just makes me sad. It seems like generations go every other one. It's like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad.
Hi, Donald. Thank you for joining up with us.
Yeah, thank you, Donald. Sports Boy, 1957 high. I thought I said hi to that person already.
Being trans doesn't change the kindness in one's heart, said Justin for life.
Um, pardon me, what? What?
Being trans doesn't
Mhm.
change the kindness in one's heart.
No, I believe it's good. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was really hard for me to accept who I am. I did not want to be this. This is really hard. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be trans. But I don't have a choice. It's who I am. So I'm embracing my best life, or I'd be dead. It's that simple. So I needed to embrace this. And then when I was hearing what people do, and I go into public and people hated me
Maddie
for no
says,
reason. So I needed to tell people I'm not like that. I don't think kids should be touched. I don't think that shit's right. You know,
Maddie says, what is it about being a woman that you feel is so important that you have to have? I love women, but I like being a man.
I never did like being a man. I tried to embrace it. Um,
And
You probably weren't here when I said, but I had estrogen pumped into my brain throughout my whole development and in the fetus. Therefore, my brain always thought it was a girl. Since I was 6 years old, I would pray to God, let me
you were
wake
a
up a
very
girl.
manly man.
Yeah, I was.
Very.
One of these days, I'll get enough courage to show a photo on this live stream of the type of man that I was. I've had people tell me that I've showed it to that said they didn't know a thug could be so pretty. Because I was a thug. Bottom line, I was just a thug. I was a criminal, an addict, a thug, just a bad motherfucker. Yet I had to embrace who I was. I was trying to be something I wasn't. I know people think that I'm trying to be something I'm not now. Believe me, before I was trying to be something I wasn't because I could not accept the fact that I was trans. I did not want to accept the fact that I'm trans. This sucks at good times. But when I look in the mirror now, I feel pretty. I feel beautiful. I feel whole. So I'm not going to put the genie back in the bottle. This is who I am now.
Debbie's reminding everyone, let's hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah,
Thank
please.
you, Debbie.
I always forget that. Thank you, Debbie. You're always there helping out too. Debbie's the first one in this live views, and she's the last one to leave. She is a trooper, and I appreciate the hell out of all of her efforts. And Elma, I haven't seen Elma. Where's Elma?
She's not here today.
What about Matthew
There's a Matthew here, but I don't know if
and
it's the same.
Captain? And you know, I appreciate
People
those.
don't come on all the
Mhm.
time.
And certain ones do, but I don't know what you mean. Sports Boy says no. That's one event happening on my grandpa's birthday. What event is that? I don't understand. Am I way behind here? I was never raised around. Okay, there it goes.
Maddie says, what do you think about the LGBTQ plus flag? Seems like a mess to me these days. Too many groups represented now. Just stick to the national flag.
I don't understand what that.
What do you think about the LGBTQ plus flag?
I don't think the LGBTQ ABCDEFD, the alphabet mafia's flag, does not belong in schools. It's an organization. Okay, you have your you have your beliefs, and I appreciate the LGBT community because without them, I wouldn't have the programs in place that can make me feel whole.
Here's a
Okay,
good one
I
for you.
appreciate that, but the flags don't belong in school. The American flag and the state flag, period. That's all. That's it.
Goober has one for you. I work in surgery in a state where we do many gender affirming
Hmm.
procedures,
Hmm.
and something that people never think about are the parents trying to ride on the coattails of their child's journey. Very sad to see.
My mom is not on board. My mom's 82, 81, 81, 82,
81.
81. My mom's 81, and I had to tell her. We sat in the park, and I think it was my birthday or I don't can't remember what day. It was a holiday, and we had lunch together in a park, just her and I. And I sat down and I talked to her about it. That's when I found out about the birth control pills. Because after I told her, you know, she was confused. She said, "What causes transgender people to be transgender?" And she's only know what she heard on the news. And I said, well, Mom, a lot of people think it's because of birth control pills. That could possibly be a thing, estrogen introduced to the fetus during development could be the cause. I said, but you didn't take birth control pills back in 1963. And to my shock, she said, yes, I did. I took birth controls throughout my pregnancy with you. I didn't take it with your brothers, but I did with you. And that was like a whoa moment. You know, so I think she carried some guilt from that, like feeling that this was her fault, and I don't want her to think that, you know. But it was probably an underlying cause of why my brain developed the way it did, and my body the way it did. You
Nick
know,
says, well done. You're a hero for saying these things. You are wise, intelligent, and a beautiful person. God bless you.
Nick says that.
Nick said that.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you a lot. Thank you very much. I mean that you have no idea what those things mean to me. You know, I mean, I appreciate when people tell me I'm beautiful. I really appreciate when people say that they just accept me for who I am. That's what this is all about.
Debbie
So,
says thank you to Matthew.
yeah, Debbie said, Debbie's awesome, people. Please, you know, if you give Debbie her kudos, you know, she controls these rooms, and there's a couple other people that usually help out. They're not here tonight, um, but give Debbie her props. I couldn't do this without people like her. Um, Terry says, I've never heard that before. If you're talking about the birth control pills, I really didn't know either. I had to do a lot of research. I wanted to know why I was the way I am. I didn't just accept it. I had to figure out what's going on with me. Why do I think I want to be a woman? What's going on? That's not normal. What's wrong with my brain? Why is my brain fucked up? So all the research that I did, I studied the neuroscience of the development of a baby. What does testosterone do? What role does it play in your development mentally as an infant? You know, throughout your beginning development of your brain, and it plays a huge role. Estrogen and testosterone determine certain stages for the next thing. My mom was pumping estrogen into my little boy brain in her belly every single day, so my brain got confused. So here I am, and I'm happy that I am who I am. I'm not blaming my mom. She should carry no guilt. This is not her fault. She had no idea. Nobody knew back then. It was 1963. Think about that. 1963.
Matthew says, yeah, I actually stayed longer than 30 seconds. I heard you start talking, and all you had to say, was, wait, I heard you start talking, and all you had to say was just glued to you from then on. I hope to see every live and
Yeah.
post from here on.
Thank you, Matthew. I hope you come back. Please become a regular. I mean, this is what it's all about. You can help me spread the word, you know, because a lot of people come in this and they basically they come in here thinking I'm disgusting and they just want to get out. But then they take the time at least to get to know me a little bit. And some people have actually even said, hey, I'd have a beer with you. When I first came in here, I thought you were a freak, but getting to hear you, I'd actually have a beer with you. That's all I want. Just listen to me. Listen to what I have to say. Listen to my opinions because they're just like yours. It's just, I'm doing something that most people don't understand. Fuck, I don't understand it myself. But I'm embracing it. I'm embracing my true me, who I feel is me. You know, this whole I don't understand the
Kathy wants to know what you think about the drafting of women.
ooh. Kathy wants to know what I think about the drafting of women. That's a tough one. I don't have an opinion on that. I mean, I there's a sexist part of me that says no, women shouldn't be drafted. However, I think they play an important role. I think women are really, really smart. I think that they would play an important role. I mean, I would be happy to have a woman next to me in a foxhole. However, I would even now as a trans female, I always feel the need to protect like Chris and everything. It's bred into me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about women being drafted. To be honest with you, I don't know. I have no real response. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I don't know. I don't want boys being drafted either. I don't want to be in war.
Cooper says something else, that one that has done trans surgeries.
Thank you, MJ.
Um,
Go ahead,
said,
Chris.
I have seen patients make their decision to make the transition at
Hmm.
36 years old,
Hmm.
which makes sense to me. They have lived life and
Hmm.
they know 100% this is who they are.
Yeah, I came out at 55. Who said that?
Goober.
Goober. I came out at 55. And I don't think I could have done it any earlier in my life because I just didn't know. At 55, I knew. That's why there's no goddamn way a child under 18, hell, even a child 18, you should wait till you're in your 20s. It's not going to change yet. You're like, oh, then I'm going to look like you. No, you won't. I waited 50 years. You don't have to wait that long. If you're trans, you will know it by the time you're like 21. There'll be no, if there's a question in your mind that you might not be, like that little question, then you're not. Period.
Sandra James says, I subscribed and liked. I'm an old gay ma. I don't know what that is. I'm an old
Okay.
gay ma. I described our dynamic further back. I live for my children and
Hmm.
live a quiet, peaceful farm life.
Hmm. Hmm. Me too. I live and work on a ranch. We have something in common. I'm a cowgirl during the day. I mean, I work on a ranch. I work around ranch. I shovel shit. Well, I don't shovel it. I drive a tractor that pushes shit. I work on a dairy ranch, an organic dairy ranch. So I know exactly where you come from. I live a country life. And this, I had to tell every guy here, this is a pretty big ranch. There's a lot of men here that work. It's testosterone hell. I had to tell all those people I was trans and ask them to please accept me for who I am. This has not been easy here. My boss is a devout Catholic. And he said to me, he goes, I don't agree with what you're doing. I don't understand what you're doing, but I'll respect what you're doing. And
Storm Lee says Alma is now modding for Toho
Elma's
Trish.
back?
No, she's now modding for Toho Trish.
Oh, okay.
Wait for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so she's doing it for someone else right now.
Traitor. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Are you still in California? Ashley wants to know.
Hmm. Yes, I'm still in California. I was born and raised here. I did move to Canada for 3 years when I was in my early 40s. I worked for Costco for 21 years. I was a manager for Costco for 21 years. And with the company, I went to Canada for a few years. So,
We have had 15 or so year old patients
mhm.
who their patients who their parents have consented to major gender affirming surgeries,
That's ridiculous.
and
They
while
should go to
signing surgical consent have asked if they can stream the process.
what?
Unreal to me.
That they should go to jail.
This is another
That
one
should
from
be.
the
I'm sorry. That is child
15 or
manipulation.
so years old,
Child manipulation.
and they want to stream the
Child
whole
abuse.
surgery.
They should go to jail. I'm sorry. Maybe that kid knows that they're trans and everything, but they need to wait till they're of legal age to make that decision themselves. These parents are sick in the head. I don't care who you are. If you're out there forcing a kid to do this before they're of legal
Or just
age,
letting them
you
do it.
deserve to go to jail. Period. You are not right in the head, and your children should be taken from you. This is just wrong. And if you're out there and you're listening to this and you think I'm wrong, screw you. Leave them fucking kids alone. That's ridiculous. Do you hear yourself when you guys say you want to stream it live?
Well, he said
Horrifying.
the parents that he's talking about
That's what I'm
wanted to.
talking about. The parents. How could you justify that?
Well,
Are you lost your mind? I
they're
mean,
not here for you to hear this, for you to tell
it's
this
just
to.
crazy. It's crazy. The children should be removed from those households. It's
Xavier,
oh my God. Sorry.
Xavier says I identify as a Harley Davidson. To lighten things up anyway.
I would be more like a Yamaha. Somebody says I'm not right in the head. Says groomer or whatever, white tech or lip. How do you know I'm
Conservative
not
here.
right?
I'm happy if you're happy. Please respond if you're a Democrat or Republican. Just want to hear your perspective.
I'm more of a I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I probably lean. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm more of an independent because I think they both have their faults. Um, Democrats support me a little bit more than Republicans, but Republicans, they make a lot of sense in a lot of things. Democrats have gone too far. I don't even know what woke means, but this cancel culture and this woke bullshit has got to stop. This is craziness. It's just great. You're tearing our country in half. Stop it. Stop it. We all should be for America, not for one or the other. Let's do what's best for this country and stop fucking with our kids. That would make a lot of people stop hating me if people would stop messing with their children. Just saying.
Okay, a little disclaimer here. Goober doesn't know how to eat. Says if there are any other medical professionals here, I would like to disclaim that I'm adjusting age and details in my messages to maintain the privacy of any patient I have come across within my work.
So, okay, what was that again? Got the last
A
part.
little disclaimer because
Mm-hmm.
they said that they're doing gender affirming surgeries, but wants to let any other medical professionals know that they adjusted the age and details in the messages to maintain the privacy of any patient I have come across within my work. Just this thing just stayed out
Okay,
there.
I get that.
And that's all.
I get it. She's saying, I want to talk about Kathy. Can you read Kathy's when it comes by too? She has a good point here. Um, would it be? Can you not tell me that if you do children, have you been involved in that? And if you have been involved in a child's sex change operation or whatever, I don't know if I could do that if I was you. I mean, because I feel like I was involved in like abuse, you know. But I know that it's your profession. It's got to be extremely hard for you when you know something's wrong and you're forced to participate. Oh my God, that would be too much for me. Leave the kids alone, please. I want to make it a law. I would love to make it a law that you cannot transition until you're 18 years old. Like Kathy was saying here, says you need to run for office, start local, your community needs someone like you before those evil people make it law to do evil things to our children. They're so close to making this law. It needs to be the other way around. There should be a law you can't touch children until they're 18. What the hell happened to our community where all of a sudden they think that they can change the sex of a child? I mean, do these people let the children make all the decisions for the household too? Because they're treating them like adults when they're not. They don't know what kind of bologna they want on their sandwich, let alone their gender. Leave them alone.
MJ says my ex-hubby is now fully trans woman. I still love her.
Wow, that's awesome. Are you guys still together? I mean, because like Chris is not lesbian, so this is a dilemma that we have to kind of work out. I'm curious to say, how's your relationship? I mean, what's it like? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be really personal. I'm asking out of pure curiosity because I haven't really came to that stage. We kind of have, but haven't. I mean, I'm just curious of what it's like. And I'm so proud of you for staying with the person because you obviously love her.
It doesn't mean that they're staying together, but
No, but love. I mean,
yeah.
they love. I mean, to
Hmm.
respect that. And I don't know anybody who transitions after they're married and stuff that doesn't accept the fact that the woman might want to move on because that's not who they are, or that's not what they signed up for. I completely understand for them saying, "Look, I appreciate you, whatever, support you, but I need to move on," and that's completely understandable. Chris has had that option. I gave her that option in the beginning. I did not expect her to stick around, knowing that she's not a lesbian. I don't expect her to be forced to love me or accept me for who I am. She chooses to stay. I did not, and you can ask her. She's right here. I didn't force her to stay.
And MJ says, I would have stayed, but she wants to be with a man.
Oh wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that is a circumstance. I really am. But you know what? I guess that was at least it was honest enough for that person to be honest with you, so that that person didn't lead you on. It's got to be really hard. I know it's hard for my kids. I know it's hard for my parents. Christine, it was extremely hard on her as well. I expected her to leave me. I did. I expected her to go. That's not what I'm about. I'm out of here. I gotta go, and I would have accepted it. It would have broke my heart, but I would have accepted it. She chose to stay. She is welcome to leave anytime she wants. I'm not holding her here. I pray that she doesn't, but if she does, I cannot fault her for that. I mean, because she's heterosexual. She likes boys. I can't be a boy.
Boys?
Well, men. You know what I mean. She
Yes.
likes men. I'm sorry, that was a poor choice of words. She
Men.
likes guys. I don't like guys. I like girls. So it's something that we're gonna work our way through. If she decides that she wants to be with the guy, I'm gonna support her 100% and wish her the best and hope that we can stay friends. But I hope she stays with me. But time will tell. It's her choice completely, not mine.
I understand, says MJ.
I mean, I would like if
Ro-
I thought running for office would make it to where they could leave kids alone, I'd run for office tomorrow. Absolutely.
Roger says, didn't know you weren't gay, and Chris is not lesbian. Can't judge book by its cover.
No, she's not lesbian.
And you're not gay.
And I'm not gay. I don't like guys. I like girls. So I guess I'm a lesbian. And we've talked about this. It's a bridge that we're gonna have to cross. It's we haven't been intimate for years because of this. And I feel guilty. I feel bad, like I'm forcing her to do something she doesn't want to do. But she assures me that she is here because she wants to be, and that she loves me for who I am. And that's a big person. She's a big person. She's got a big heart. I mean, I don't know if it was reversed that I could do the same for her. That if she was trans and turning into a man, I don't know if I could do the same thing that she's doing for me. I don't know. I'm being completely honest. I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. I don't know if I could do that. So I don't. It's just it's crazy hard.
I don't have any more questions.
You don't?
No, I don't know what uh, happened.
Respect you both.
Kathy
You
says, like I
represented.
said, run for a position on your school board. You could make a change, and just think it could be you that changes things.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I don't know, but I don't have school age children. I have school age grandchildren, but not children. Don't you have to have kids that are in school to run for a school board? I don't know. I'm ignorant here.
No, you don't.
You don't have to.
No.
You can just run for a school
You
board.
can't be part of the Parent Teachers Association unless I guess you'd have to have kids in school, but this
Then
is
I'll look into
on
that.
the
I
school
really will.
board.
If I can make a difference and I can keep them from if I can protect children by doing that, I will do it. I absolutely will do it. I will run for local office or whatever. I will push it all the way because this is bullcrap. What are you doing to kids? Kids are going to hate you when they get older and they realize what you've done to them. They're going to be like, "What were you thinking?" The kids rely on us to do what's best for them. You know, not some twisted belief in our own head. This is the parents thinking their kid should be different, not the kid. They're convincing a child to make all life altering fucking surgeries. What are these doctors doing? Where's their morals? Where's their they gotta you know help what the oath doctors take to protect and be whatever. They're not God. Oh my God. Don't get me
Okay.
started. I'm sorry. This is
Yo,
very sensitive to me.
your mom's your dad says, my niece is going through a lot. She's been doing counseling about who she is, but I hope she finds herself.
How
She
old is she?
really enjoys visiting Hawaii, and there's little guitars, whatever they're called a ukulele.
How old is your niece, if you don't mind me asking? And is she exploring her sexuality? Because see what's happening to kids is schools are convincing kids that there's something that they're not, and that makes them even more confused. Kids want to ultimately please people. That's what kids like to do. They like to make people happy. They like to please people. They like to get the attention. And people keep brainwashing them into thinking this. They're going to go along with it because they're going to think that they're making their parents happy when they don't even know what they're doing. This is wrong. You're manipulating children's brains. Knock
Okay.
it off.
Storm Lee says sex isn't everything. It's the
Mm-mm.
heart that counts. She loves you, Brooke.
She does love me, and she tells me that all the time because a lot of times I feel guilty for what I'm doing, what I did to our physical relationship. I took it away. And I often say, even though my kids feel like they've lost, I'm still here for my kids. She's lost something. Christine's lost something that I can't give her back. And I pray that she loves me no matter what. However, if she wants to go on and be with a guy, as long as that guy's cool, I'm cool with it. Um, I can't ask her to be something she's not.
FKNSH. I wonder, I would kind of venture to guess what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, FKNSH says, only person I've ever subscribed live.
Wow. Thank you. I appreciate the hell out of that. I really do. It means the world to me. I mean that people are saying this because that means they're taking the time to at least hear what I'm saying. I'm not crazy. I don't, the biggest thing to me is the four. I guess there's four things. Trans women do not belong in women's bathrooms
Okay.
unless they've had full. I know I'm going to repeat this, but a lot of people were not here before. They don't belong in women's bathrooms unless they've had a full sex change. If you have a penis, stay out of the girls' bathroom, stay out of the girls' locker rooms. You don't belong there. Trans women do not belong in women's sports. It's not fair. They have an advantage, and that's not fair. It's like taking steroids your whole life as a woman and going, "Look at me, I can do all this shit." It's ridiculous. It's not fair. The other one is leave the kids alone. They must be 18 years old, make their own minds up. Stop
And
making the parents do that.
in that note right here, Goober says, and uh, or he or she has been doing surgeries on people. If a minor makes it to the operating room, they have undergone many evaluations, psychological, physical, and everything. It's not just as simple as the parent saying
No, no, no,
yes.
no. I know that, but still, at what point can a child that young seriously make that life decision at that age? There's no way anybody's going to convince me that they are mature enough to make that decision. They might be sure as shit right now, but you just don't know. I vote for making them wait because I don't care if they know what they're doing. I don't care if they're going through counseling. They're children. Children change their minds. Children are trying to please their parents. They might be like Jazz Jennings, who was trans, and you knew she was trans. She knew she was trans, but I still think she should have waited because you got to give them that opportunity to have that change of heart or to realize that, well, maybe I'm not. But if you go through the surgery at that young age, they don't even have a choice anymore. It's done. It's made up for them. You're asking children, whether they have counselors or not, to make adult decisions at an age of a child. It doesn't make sense. Leave them alone. Make them wait. It's not
Alma
going to
came
kill
on
them.
for a minute.
Alma did.
Yeah, Brooke, you're very smart and wise.
Thank you. Alma, where'd you go? I want to say hi to Alma. But I mean, Alma. I love Alma. She knows.
Is this an interview or something?
Is it an interview? No, it's not.
I'm
Although,
just reading questions from the people
oh,
that are
oh.
viewing so that Brooke can hear the questions or the statements from people that are watching.
Thank you, Mister Thanks. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you giving me the time to at least voice my beliefs, and you gave me enough respect to at least stick around long enough to hear them, and I appreciate that. And subscribe and whatever they say, like and whatever, hit the notification. I don't know what the hell it is. Just Give me the thumbs up. That would be awesome. KNKFK means the world. Love you. Love you too, man. I mean, I love anybody that'll give me the opportunity to at least take the little bit of time to hear my message. Just a little bit of time. And I wasn't bashing that person that said that the children have to go through this long process. It just doesn't happen overnight. I know that. I still believe that they should wait.
Jose says, I'm a straight man. I agree with you 100%.
Um, Somebody says Olivia Davis, they always have the choice to go back. No, they don't. If you go through gender affirming surgery, go from male to female or female to male, you can't go back. You can't. That's why at that age it shouldn't happen. Like when I transition, basically I can't go back now. I've been on female hormones for 3.5 years, 2.5, 3 years, whatever it was. And my area down there is never going to be the same. It has changed. My breast development is permanent. It cannot be reversed. So no, you don't. If you start pumping hormones or puberty blockers into children, you are going to change them forever. Make them wait till they're 18, please. Please make them wait. At least they have somewhat sense then. I don't even think that's yet old enough, but at least till they're 18. They cannot go backwards. Once they do this, once you go physically surgery on a child, that's it.
Okay, here's one from Amelia Medina. Says, hi, I'm 12 and a half.
Uh-oh. For one, you're not supposed to be in here at 12 and a half. I'm going to hear you out, but you're really not supposed to be here. I don't even think I'm supposed to be talking to a minor. But
I can read the question and you don't have to answer to a minor.
Okay, she's going to read the question. I will not give you advice, but I will hear you out. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm 12 and a half, and everyone in my house is Christian. But I'm supposed to like men, but I don't, and I don't know how to tell them. I'm afraid they won't love me anymore, and I wish I didn't like women.
So she's gay.
Yes, she's a lesbian, and she can go ahead and be
I'm going to give you the only advice that I feel comfortable giving you is you have to trust your parents that they love you. And I personally believe that honesty is the best policy. However, I don't know your household dynamics. I understand how scary it must be, but you have to believe that your parents love you in their hearts. It might take a little while for them to understand it or to accept it, but you have to trust in their faith and that they will love you. I don't know your dynamic. If you're going to be in harmony in any way, please go talk to somebody else. Go talk to your minister of the church or talk to a school counselor, but bring other adults into the circumstance and get the good advice for people that know you way better than I do.
And Amelia, you shouldn't be in this stream with adults.
Yeah,
reminds
you shouldn't be.
Kathy Fields is reminding.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said in the beginning. You know, I'm sorry, this is for adults only, and I don't mean to like push you away because I feel your pain and I feel that your question is true, but you need to go and talk to adults that know you, and they will give you advice. You know, so I wish you the best. I mean, I really do. I believe that your family's going to love you, but that's all I can really say because you're a minor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I knew you personally, it'd be different, but I don't.
Olivia says I'm on hormones and puberty blockers too, and I completely understand the process. I know how reversing.
Is that the same person?
No.
That's different. How old is she? How old is the person that said they're on puberty blockers? Obviously, they're under 18. And I'm sorry. I don't think that you fully grasped it yet. Your brain is developed. Do you know?
Under 18 is something that doesn't.
Under 18, for one, you shouldn't be here. But your brain does not finish being developed until you're 25 years old. So how do you know? How do you know? Your brain hasn't even finished growing. It hasn't even finished developing until it's 25 years old. How do you know? You haven't lived long enough to know anything.
Well, she says trusting your parents completely is actually crazy. They do not always have your best interest in mind.
No, they don't. A lot of times it's self-serving. Parents are self-serving. And I know that you believe that this is what you believe, and maybe you're right. Maybe you are completely transgender, and when you're 18, you're going to feel the same. But maybe you're not.
And that's good enough for underage.
So
Juan says, I'm going to follow you because your message is point on. It's fact you speak of.
Thank you, Juan. I appreciate that. I really do. Because like these people, I should not be talking to children. I'm sorry. That's why I put this thing. This is for adults only. This is not for kids. Find counselors. Talk to people that that might think differently. I mean, find different opinions. Give it time. That's all I'm saying. If you're a child under 18 and you're thinking about doing surgeries and puberty blockers, give it time. Being 18 is not going to change that much. You're not going to be like, oh my God, if I wait till I'm 18, I'll be an ugly girl if I try. No, you won't. You'll be beautiful. Just give it time. Your brains are not 25 years old. Then your brain gets fully developed.
Jose says to the child that is on now, don't rush into things as
Hmm.
you're still young.
You don't know. Believe me, I've been through it all. Your ideas change from 10 to 20, 10 different times in between there. Believe me, they change all over the place. You are not ready yet. I know you think you are, but trust me, your brain is still finding its way. Wait for it.
She says 24,
Oh, she's 24?
I believe.
Why would she be on puberty blockers if she's 24? You already went through puberty. You wouldn't need puberty blockers. That makes no sense. I don't believe that. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You'd already be through puberty. You wouldn't need blockers. So that's not true.
Okay, well,
And if that person just lied about their age, rest my case.
24.
That just shows that you're not mature enough to make these decisions if you feel that you have to lie about your age. Because you would not be on puberty blockers if you're 24 years old.
Maybe she was and isn't now.
She said they were currently.
Yeah.
She had said she was currently on.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to bash you. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just asking you to please wait. Just please wait a little while. Just to see.
Roger says, Amelia, sexual preference is a preference. So the choice is, as a Christian, we belong to God.
Thank you, Mr.
Our body
Thanks.
and our desires should be His, not ours. Even if we want the opposite, that goes with many things not. Kind of don't really understand that one.
I that kind of went over my head a little bit.
We belong to God. Our body and our desires belong to God.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
he's saying that.
I agree with what you're saying. Our bodies and our desires belong to God. I also believe that God gave us free will. And that free will means that we can choose a lot of things for ourselves. But my main belief is when I go to heaven and I stand before Him and He is to judge me, because He is the only one to judge me. Nobody on earth. God is the only one to judge me. That He is going to look in my heart and not my pants. That's my belief. He's not going to care what's down there. He's going to care, was I nice? Was I good? Did I have empathy? Did I
Olivia
care?
meant T blockers.
Oh, testosterone blockers?
Yes.
At 24, you're old enough
No,
to make your own
it was-
decisions.
Yeah, it was a while ago, I guess.
Okay, if you're on testosterone blockers, so am I. And if you're 24 and that's what you believe, then by all means, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people under 18, not over. Okay? So if you're 24 years old, you have the right to make your own decisions. Godspeed, do what you feel is right. However, if you're under, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Okay, if you're truly 24, do you think you could have made a rational decision when you were 7 or 8? No way. Impossible. Sorry. The children these days rush into things too fast and then get hurt. So emotionally, and more problems, arise. Anxiety, self-harming. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Believe me, on this live feed, there has been way more people that said I thought I was trans when I was younger, but by the time I reached 18, I realized that it was just a fad and I detransitioned. More people have said that than one that said they went through with it.
And on a lighter subject for 1 second,
Mm-hmm.
Yo Mom's Yo Dad said, what are those little guitars in Hawaii called? They're called, from MJ and me both, say they're called
The
ukuleles.
Yeah, ukuleles. What's your pronouns, sir? I don't go by pronouns. My
Well, it
pronouns
doesn't
are.
say sir.
I thought it said sir.
No.
Didn't it?
No, it does not.
What's
It
your
says-
pronouns, sir? So I won't get confused.
Oh, you're reading something else. I read it back here when it was first.
Okay, I'll give you the spill. I don't think I'm female. I think I'm a woman. You decide. Your choice. It's not mine to make up your mind what you're going to refer to me as. I would prefer you call me miss or ma'am, but it's your choice. I can't make you do anything you don't want to do.
Dynamite Gaming says, even preaching this BS is causing our future children and teens to overcomplicate things.
You're right. That's a good point. Also, I think people even over the age of 18 to 21 have irrational thoughts and issues with the thought process. Absolutely. Your brain does not finish developing until you're 25. However, at least when you're 18, it's up to you to make that decision and not teachers and not parents or not anybody else. Then it's on you. You know, I think you should wait till you're 25 ultimately, or even later. I waited till I was 50 something. I'm not saying do that. But if you know that you're trans at 18 or 21, then that's different. But if you have the slightest, even the slightest doubt in your mind, then you need to wait. Just wait. It's not going to hurt nothing. It's really not.
Not sorry says my brain didn't finish developing until I was 27.
I don't think mine have been developing until I was 50.
Rosanna says hello, everyone.
Hi, Rosanna. So anyway, people, it's getting late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. I have to get up at 8 o'clock and go work with the cows. So I'm going to call this a night. I want to thank Debbie for your great work, like always. You're amazing. And all the people that have come along, please subscribe. It helps my channel out, helps me get the word out. If you didn't have enough, if you weren't here long enough to hear my opinions on things, I'm going to go briefly and then I'm going to sign off. Um, Trans women do not belong in women's bathrooms or locker rooms. Trans women do not belong in women's sports. Leave kids alone until they're 18. Don't touch them. Don't give them puberty blockers or anything else. I cannot be a female, but I can be a woman. Did I touch them all?
I think so.
Okay, so I'm going to sign off.
A lot of
Debbie,
these are people that have heard
I love you. Trains and trucks,
productions. Yes.
thank you for coming in again. I appreciate it. Everybody who has subscribed, come back. I'll probably be back on live again, probably Monday or Tuesday.
Alma sends you hearts
My
and
birthday.
hugs.
Hi, Elma. I'm sorry, Elma, we're signing off, but I'm glad that you chimed in and said hello. We missed you, and hopefully you'll join us next time. I understand that you were helping somebody out, and I can appreciate that. I'm not going to be stingy. So thank you, everybody. Please chime back in again. I'm thinking on my birthday, I'm probably going to come live that evening. That's July 2nd, sometime in the evening. I'm not sure when, but God bless you all. Leave the kids alone, and just be kind to one another.
Debbie says, okay, Brooke and Chris, have a wonderful night and day tomorrow. Love you.
Love you too, Debbie. Thanks again for all of everything that you've done, Debbie. All right, people. Bye. Thank you for tuning in.